Welcome back to a brand new Clash Royale video, guys. My name is Patrick, aka Chief Pat, and today we're going to be hopping into some more Clash Royale action on my main Chief Pat account, where we have the Bandit, and she's only level 1. As you guys know, level 1 on a level 13 account isn't going to work out, so we're going to be spending 55,000 gems today on upgrading her by opening up some super magical chests. Let's go ahead and do that right now. Of course, after we pop open those chests, I'm going to show you guys a new deck using the Bandit, and let's go ahead and do that right now. All right, so heading over to the shop, the new super magical chest, now that Legendary Arena has been moved up to 3,800 trophies, now costs 4,900 gems. And small first world problem, if you buy 1,400 gems on the dot, you can only open 2 of these chests, because 4,900 times 3 is what? 14,700. Okay, this isn't a math channel. This is a Clash Royale channel. Let's open up these super magical chests, see if we can at least get a couple of bandits. And starting off, we're gonna get a bunch of gold. I just spent a bunch of gold on the Electro Wizard in the shop, but if you guys noticed, I was up to like 860,000 gold, which was crazy. Let's go ahead and move through all these cards. We've actually maxed out absolutely everything except for our legendaries. Very first legendary is gonna be an Electro Wizard, and honestly, as long as I get some of these legendaries that I don't have quite yet, I'm pretty happy with what we're doing, so let's go ahead and keep popping these open. Okay, so we're gonna get some gold, some musketeers. Let's just move to the end because we don't really care about everything before that. We're gonna get a bandit. There we go. On our second chest, we're gonna get a bandit so we can upgrade her up to level 2. And let's go ahead and pop open another chest right now and see what we get. So we're back up to 700,000 gold and just crushing our way through this chest. Looks like we're not going to get a legendary out of this one, so I'm going to open up one more, then we're going to go ahead and try out a battle using a new deck with the Bandit, and then we'll get back into opening up some chests, just so we don't just do all the chest opening into one huge block. And the final card is going to be a log, which again is another card that we need to upgrade. So that was pretty nice. 3 out of the 4 chests that we opened ended up having a legendary card that we needed to upgrade. And let's go ahead and go to the Bandit right now and upgrade her up to level 2. 5,000 gold, really not going to make too much of a dent in this virtual wallet, but let me show you guys this deck. I actually picked up this deck from a YouTuber called Surgical Goblin. Go make sure you guys check out his video in the description below. I put it down there, but pretty much it uses a bunch of different crazy cards. Actually, I'm missing the miner, I believe. For some reason, I didn't put the miner in for the minions, but this is the deck right here. We've got the Inferno to defend, a bunch of other awesome cards. Looks like you have a lot of counter push with the Bandit, the miner, the goblins, poison, and the log, and it's a really cheap deck as well at 3.3. So let's go ahead and try this out inside of a challenge, and maybe, just maybe, we can use the Bandit to pick up some wins. If you guys have some Bandit decks, if you guys are a person who won the 12-win Bandit challenge, let me know in the comment section below what you've been playing. I don't know exactly when the Bandit unlocks for everyone else, because normally the card goes into like a draft challenge, and then it unlocks for everyone else like a little bit later. Or like, for example, the Electro Wizard, they had the Electro Wizard challenge, but the card didn't actually come out until a while later. And I should probably be focusing instead of just dropping everything right now. And let's go ahead and start off right here. Okay, so he's got his giant, and this was just not a great play at all in the very beginning, but at least we're still going to be able to take out that giant. The Bandit's going to focus on the musketeer and be able to take her down. The Bandit's even going to get close to locking onto the tower. Okay, so now that we're paying attention, let's be a little more careful. I'm going to go for a miner. Maybe I should have played my goblins. And he's going to play his mega minions, so maybe we can get the goblins to do a couple of hits on the tower. It looks like they're actually going to make their way there, and this is sort of interesting. You don't see many decks that use the 2 elixir goblins anymore, so it's pretty fun to be able to give these a test run. And let's go ahead and Inferno down this bowler. That should be a nice little cleanup right there. He does have the graveyard, so we're going to want to clean that up with the Electro Wizard alongside our tower. And this should be a pretty decent little play right here. We're going to take some damage, but now this is setting up for a counter push. Let's get ready with our miner. I've got the goblins too. I'm not sure if he's using his log or what exactly he's going to be using. He has a zap, but it's going to be close for the goblins to be able to take out that musketeer. But still, we're going to take the tower down to about 1,364. And from what I've seen with this deck, it's a pretty slow-paced control deck. Or actually, no, it's a fast-paced deck, but you more or less do chip damage on the tower. There's not a lot of the time, unless you're in double elixir, where you're just going to take it from 100 to 0, which are normally the decks that I play. And let's get ready once again with the knight and see what he's going to want to end up doing. Now, with this giant, I'm going to see if I can go aggressive with the bandit. Let's see if we can make this bandit reach the tower. His bowler is going to go down, and we're actually going to freeze or stun that bowler with our Electro Wizard, but still not going to be a play that's going to be able to reach the tower. So let's just keep on doing what we're doing, get ready with another Inferno tower, and this should be enough to take care of his push that he's got right now. Let's see what happens first. He's actually going to have... He's going to have that it looks like he's going to have that giant be targeted first by the Inferno Tower, and the giant's going to eventually die. The Mega Minion's going to die too. The goblins are a great counter to the graveyard, and I haven't even been using them like that in the beginning of this battle. Let's go and play the poison. We've got the miner too. The bowler's going to lock onto the miner. Oh, and he's actually going to bring the miner over to the king tower, but who knows if that's actually a good trade, like this far into the battle. Oh, Bandit's going to slam against the tower as well, man. So when you guys bring a miner, a goblin barrel, any of that stuff over to the king tower, if you already have really low HP on his tower, for example, his drop down to 676, who knows if it's actually going to be worth it. So let's go for another aggressive push. We've got goblin, we've got our bandit. The bandit's going to get close. The bandit's going to be stuck in the tornado before it can actually lock on. Meanwhile, the miner, the bandit, everything's going to be slamming against that tower, and that is going to be the end of the game. Good game against Lord Ferdinand, and our very first win using the bandit inside of a grand challenge. That was fun, and nothing is better than when the bandit like zaps and just runs into that tower, especially if you guys have seen those GIFs or videos of people posting where their bandit runs into like a bomber, then it runs into an electro wizard, and then it runs into the tower, taking like no damage along the way. Definitely one of my favorite interactions in Clash Royale. And let's go ahead and open up a couple of more super magical chests. All right, so we're going to get some gold. Once again, we just need to skip to the end. No point in wasting this out and trying to count every single card. Princess. Okay, that's going to give us 20,000 gold. Look how much gold we have again. This is crazy. We're about to max out on gold. Like 20 more of those, another graveyard, so we're at 17 out of 20. We've gotten one of each of the 4 legendaries that we don't have maxed out, and we're actually closing in on a maxed out graveyard, which is pretty exciting, and I can't wait to get that done. All right, so cranking our way through these chests. Another chest, we're gonna get another bandit, very nice right there, and once we get it to level 3, I feel like level 4, if you're a maxed out player, level 4 is really the minimum of what you need to play a card against like other maxed out players, or else it just turns into a little bit of a bummer. 20 mirrors, not really what we want. Let's go ahead and go into another bandit challenge, and then we'll open up some more chests at the very end. All right, so battle number 2 using this bandit. Still only level 2, and I had a lot of, man, how many gem packs was it? 55,000? Okay, I don't even want to think about it, guys. Sometimes you just don't want to think about what you're spending. And let's get ready. We'll start off with the miner goblins. And maybe we can get some leeway started with this push. Okay, so he's going to play a wizard. These goblins will reach the tower. Man, the miner is just crazy. It's not a card I ever like played or thought I would play. Or no, sorry, not the miner. The 2 elixir goblins. And it's worked out so well for us. Elite barbarians are going to die. His wizard will die to the Inferno Tower, so I'm not going to waste anything else to take him out. And already 800 damage done to the tower, and we haven't even played our bandit yet. So let's just get ready once again. Okay, so he has wizard. He has elite barbarians. I think we have a decent deck to counter what he's doing. So let's play a defensive electro wizard to start this off. And how is he going to attack us? He hasn't revealed much besides what he just showed in the beginning. You know what? I'm going to go for another bandit push right here. The miner's going to distract the baby dragon, while meanwhile, everything's going to be going down at the top. The prince is going to die. The bandit's going to zoom into that tower before he can even defend it. And that tower is basically gone down to almost poison spell range. So let's just go ahead and get ready again. Baby dragon, rather than play the Inferno, we're going to use a knight to make sure that the baby dragon doesn't do too much. 5 elixir versus 3 elixir, and obviously the knight's going to have a little bit of HP left too. And maybe if he plays something else, we can use our poison spell on it and get a little bit of value. But now with that right there, I'm going to do... Okay, this is a little bit of a crazy thing from him. I played a defensive miner because I didn't have my knight. And let's go for a counter push with the bandit. Maybe we can get the bandit to lock onto the tower. He might have his goblin barrel, or no, sorry, skeleton army. But the bandit is going to just zoom into his tower and then zoom into his king tower. That's going to be tower number 1. And oh man, so what were like the previous satisfying feelings in Clash Royale? Getting the balloon to the tower, having... What else was there? There's been some like awesome feelings in the game. I have to poison the skeleton army actually, which is a shame. What else is like one of the best feelings? Sparky locking on. I know I'm missing one that I always say is one of my favorite feelings in Clash Royale. Let me know what you guys have for your favorite feelings in the game. Let's go ahead and play. Okay, that was a little bit of a late miner, but still we're going to be able to clean up. Wizards are going to actually get shoved out of tower range, and at this point we're sort of just finishing him off right here, and not really going to be too much else that he's going to be able to do. Hog Rider's running straight into that Inferno Tower. And then we'll play the goblins to kill the princess. They're not going to be able to do too much else for us. But bandit and knights are going to eventually meet their maker on that side of the map. I'll play my log to help out. Bandit's should lock on in a moment. And the bandit's going to lock onto that tower right there. Another little play going to go in our favor. I'm just going to get ready to cap this one off. He's going to play his log preemptively. That's not going to be able to stop too much. Let's go for the miner. Let's go for a log. The princess is going to die. And this should pretty much be the end of the game, guys. GG, well played against Giolio. And almost going to be able to take out that second tower. Another victory using this deck. All right, let's open up a couple more chests. We only have 15,000 gems left, so we're going to see what we can get done. We might actually cap out on gold right here. Let's see what we get. We're going to get a bunch of stuff, blah, 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 blah. What legendary are we going to get? Wait, we're not going to get a legendary. Okay, 2 more chests. And as we open up these chests, wait, we got the log? We got a legendary before we got an epic. I don't know if I've ever seen that before inside of a super magical chest. That must be new with the new update, because normally it's the, we maxed out on gold, by the way. 1 million, it doesn't even fit into the gold bar. I'm going to go ahead and pop open one more super magical chest. And this is going to be the last of it. Did we just get a legendary that I skipped? We're going to get a graveyard. Okay, we didn't skip the other legendary. A graveyard's going to be the final one. We got 2 bandits out of all of those chest openings. You guys can do the math on how many gems you're going to need to max it out, but let's get into one more battle using the newest card in Clash Royale. And this deck has been really fun, actually. This has been a ton of fun. Going on those crazy counter pushes has been a blast. And let's actually go aggressive again. I'm going to go for a miner, bandits, goblin push. He's got a bunch on this side of the map. I'm going to have to try to clean this up, but this might turn into a base race in a moment. I don't have anything to deal with the Wizard or the Valkyrie. He definitely has elixir left. I could play our knights, but are we going to 3-crown him right here? Are you serious? Bandit's going to do work. Miner's going to do work. I think this is basically the end of it. I guess we can just go for a push in a moment. I'm not even going to worry about that. Let's go for miner. Let's go for bandits. Okay, this should basically be the end of the game. Bandit and Miner are going to lock onto the tower, and even with his Fire Spirits going down, that's going to be 3 crowns to 1. Good game against El Copton. That may be the fastest challenge battle I've ever played, where we sort of just right lane rushed it right there. And that's going to be 3 wins, 3 crowns, and I feel like that's an appropriate way to end this video. The Bandit has been so much fun, guys. If you haven't unlocked him, don't worry. He will be available soon, I believe, to be unlocked inside of the game. If he hasn't, or if she hasn't, sorry, she will be available as soon as possible. But anyways, the Bandit is so much fun. Check out this deck one more time, guys. You got the Electro Wizard, you've got the Bandit, the Miner. It does have a bunch of legendaries, the Log as well. This is a really legendary heavy deck, but it's worked out really well for me. So if you guys have a bunch of the legendaries unlocked, try it out and let me know what you guys think. And that is going to do it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you smack that like button with your forehead. Until next time, I will see you guys later. Peace out.